Well, boys, back here on the first day of Thanksgiving break, fixing equipment. Although I'm not too mad about it. The old 7300 here decided to roach a water pump the last day running combine. So I went over and tried to run that muck ground that I told you about in the video that I did of finishing up combining. And on the way back from that field, which is only about a half mile down the road from the barn where we keep them combined, we got it back to the barn, and I went to flip the snout down to get at the door, and it's antifreeze all over underneath the hood. So but I ain't gonna knock her at all, because she waited till we got done running to do anything, so can't complain too much. It threw antifreeze all over everywhere though, and it also, right after it did that, quit charging. And I think part of the reason, at least I'm hoping the reason, is because it threw antifreeze all over the voltage regulator. So I'm hoping there's just crap up inside the up in the connections, and I just got to clean them up and it'll start charging again. Otherwise I got to track that down too. But I know for a fact, I know that it was quit charging because of the antifreeze going everywhere, because that was when it quit charging. So but I didn't get any videos made this weekend, or this past weekend, because I stayed down at school since I only had one day of classes. Didn't seem justifiable to burn $80 in fuel to make 4 trips back and forth down there for one day of classes. And I think that's everything I need to get snout off. Oh, need to. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it worked out good because I had to run a couple errands while I was down there at school anyway this weekend, which one of them I'm going to make a video about here as soon as I get the chance. Oh, come on, dang it. Which one? Wrong wrench. I know this thing just slides off of here. Oh, naturally I'll leave it over there. So, and it was kind of a pain trying to find a water pump for this thing, because 354 Perkins was a real common, really common engine back in the 60s and 70s, but even up into the 80s. But the problem is they build it in so many different freaking combinations, and they used 2 different water pumps on this combine, on the 7300 combine, one of which was only on about 300 machines by the serial number breakdown, which was stupid. And like on the white 2105 that used the turboed Perkins, they used 5 different water pumps. So they called over to AGCO, or Mayball, the AGCO dealer we get parts from, and we start trying to track this down and give him the combine serial number and the engine serial number, and he tries everything he can think of, but AGCO keeps saying no longer available. So I called back up to Dad told him what was going on. And we've actually, through finding stuff for other equipment, found out that AGCO actually has what they call an obsolete parts warehouse, which is basically once a year they go through and they offer all the dealerships a chance to sell any unsold stock that's been sitting on the shelves back to AGCO, and they get credit for new parts. So there's a dealership we found out in Iowa that's really good at tracking that kind of stuff down out there. And Dad even called out there and AGCO wasn't showing any parts. So Dad starts searching around and he finds a Perkins place down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He called down there. Guy actually pulled out microfiche, which I didn't even think anybody used anymore. But the guy pulled that out. Alright, don't be a prick. The guy pulled the microfiche out and he says, I don't know why they're telling you that's an obsolete part, because I've shown it here brand new. So we got a genuine brand spanking new fresh off the shelf Perkins water pump stick back on it. Alright, I'm going to get this bad boy off here since it's fighting me. I got the shroud off and the radiator's loose and everything is ready to come off. I'm just waiting for the antifreeze to drain back down. But I figured you needed to see this. Okay, where did he go? Okay, you see that sparrow right there? Okay, he was in here and he kept flying up against that door. And apparently he figured out he couldn't go that way, so he hauled ass over and smacked that window real hard and fell down on the floor. So I pick him up and I take him out back and I throw him up in the air and he takes off flying and he does a circle, comes right back in the damn door and then goes and hides under the air compressor. Yeah. So I'll get back to you when I get back on the combine, but I figured yeah. Alright, it finished draining down. Wrong way. So close the petcock back up. So, let's see if I can get this bad boy. Except lower hose. Let's see if I can't. This one's a bear to get to, because there ain't no room on the bottom. Come on. I think maybe. Okay, let's try like that. Come on. See, when they put this motor in the combine, all this, the hood, the shroud, and everything was assembled, and the whole thing goes in there on a skid. So, when you're trying to do it backwards, there, baby. Yes, good deal. When you're trying to take it apart piece by piece, you're going out of order. Come on. Let loose. And there's that. Okay, onto the water pump. Okay, pump's off, so now I gotta get the pulley off because I gotta put the old pulley on a new pump. Hope we're going the right way. I'm really hoping this was the problem because there's a suspicious wet spot in the bottom of the radiator, but whatever was leaking was flinging water everywhere. So I've already had the radiator in that thing checked, or pressure checked it once, because I accidentally put a hole in the core, which I'll admit to. But so it's been checked. Now the big thing is, how the heck do I get a hold of this thing? Hopefully it ain't on there too bad and the gear puller's gonna work. Because there ain't no stinking way to get a hold of it in the shop press. But there's that suspicious spot in the bottom of the radiator, and I'm hoping, because there was water everywhere up there, I'm hoping it just got flung off the pump because the inside of the pulley is wet, like the outer shaft seal went. And when this thing was installed on the motor, the wheat pole, for some odd reason, was facing up. So if the inner seal went out, it wouldn't really come out of the wheat hole like it would in a normal situation. So I don't know, I guess we're gonna find out, and I may end up having to take the damn radiator in. Alright, please be easy. Oh, yeah, real easy. Sweet. With a water pump, it can go on one of two ways. Good deal. Oh, yeah, there was... Dang on it. Yeah, it's definitely the water pump that went out. That thing was soaked.
Seaford's already been there?
Yeah. Had to make a hydraulic hose for a guy earlier. So. And I'm gonna put the pump on before I put the pulley on. Because with the pulley on there, there's 3 bolts that won't come out of the pump housing. So you gotta work them in there a little bit at a time. That one looks like it should work. Hopefully I got enough hose here. Oh, I got plenty. Ow! That didn't feel good. It's charging now, so the belt must have been slipping pretty bad. Took care of that problem. The only issue now is the engine won't warm up because the thermostat's stuck open, so We don't know if there's a hunk of crap in there or what, but it came up to temperature when I brought it over here this morning, so just drive it around and see what happens. If not, it's put a thermostat in it this summer, but I'm gonna wash it tomorrow, so guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.